Good morning, students. So, we once again continue with our English literature class, and today being the first day of the week, I hope all of you are fresh and have enjoyed the weekend. Now it's time to get back to our real business, that is, to study. Now, since today is Monday, let us once again take up uh, the drama, that is The Tempest by William Shakespeare. And here I have yet another video tutorial for The Tempest. Now, today what I have done is I have tried to give you the line by line explanation of the first few pages of Act 4, Scene 1. So let us try to see what we have exactly in Act 4, Scene 1. In the previous class, I had given you certain notes. I hope those notes have been read by you, and I hope that those notes are proving to be useful for you in order to frame your answers. Now, Act 4, Scene 1, what I have done is I have directly taken the photos of the pages from your Tempest textbook so that you find it easier to follow. And I expect that all of you will keep your textbook open on the first page, that is first page of Act 4, Scene 1. Let us see what the introduction says. The introduction to this scene is: Prospero is now satisfied with the progress of Miranda's romance with Ferdinand. He says that in due course they would get married. So you see, the Ferdinand Miranda subplot, the romantic subplot of The Tempest, is now progressing towards a positive climax. The period of test for Ferdinand is already over, and Prospero is now trying to uh, hand over his daughter to Ferdinand, and he says that in due course they would be getting married. Now, in honor of the engagement of the young lovers, he arranges a masque for their entertainment. Now, this is very important. This particular portion of the scene is very popular as the Masque of Juno. Masque of Juno. So we are going to see the Masque of Juno. It's an entertainment show performed by spirits appearing in the guise of various goddesses. And the purpose behind this is not just to entertain the new couple, that is Ferdinand and Miranda, but also to at the same time create a sense of feeling that the gods and goddesses of heaven are blessing their union. So that is the whole purpose behind organizing this masque. But this masque is not really being performed by real goddesses, but actually by the spirits controlled and governed by Prospero through Ariel. Now let us see. Then Prospero deals with Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo. So this happens only after the masque gets over. The conspirators, the three conspirators, of them, of course, Caliban is the chief conspirator, and Stefano, the drunken butler, and Trinculo, the court jester, they are following the instructions of Caliban to a certain extent. Now, Prospero knows that he has to teach them a lesson, particularly Caliban. Ariel lures them towards Prospero's cell. There certain spirits appear in the shape of dogs and hounds, and they chase away the three conspirators, who are also tormented with aches, pains, and cramps. So this is what happens in this scene. Now, scene 1, before Prospero's cell, enter Prospero, Ferdinand, and Miranda. I hope by now all of you have opened your textbooks and have come to this page, so that when I explain, you have no problem in following the explanation. Prospero says, he's saying this to Ferdinand: if I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends, for I have given you here a thread of my own life. Meaning to say that if I have punished you very severely or harshly, the reward or the compensation that I am giving you now is going to make good the damage of that punishment. So all the trouble that you have taken, all the punishment that you had to face, now I am rewarding you with an integral part of my life, that is Miranda. So this rich reward against that punishment is going to make good the damage done by the rough treatment which I have given you, or the punishment that you had to face. So a third of mine is a thread of my own life, meaning to say an integral part of my own life I am giving you. In other words, that means Miranda. Or that for which I live, meaning to say I live for her. Actually, Prospero means to say that he is alive only for Miranda. So I live for her, and now I am giving her to you, who once again I tender to thy hand. So I give her hand to you, and from now on, you and Miranda will be man and wife. All thy vexations were but my trials of thy love. So all these confusions that were created, the hardships that you had to undergo, these were actually trials of your love, meaning to say I was testing you. I was trying to test you to see how much really you love my daughter, whether you pass this test or not. So I forced you to do manual labor. I asked you to pile up logs of wood. So all that was with the intention of testing you to check whether you truly love Miranda or not. And thou hast strangely stood the test here afore heaven. I ratify this my rich gift. So you have really done very well in that test. You have performed remarkably, and you have therefore achieved this prize. And before the gods of heaven, with the gods of heaven as my witness, I give you the hand of my daughter. This hand of my daughter is nothing but a rich gift, which I ratify, or which I endorse, which I give hereby to you. O Ferdinand, do not smile at me that I boast her off. O Ferdinand, don't smile thinking that I am boasting too much about her. For thou shalt find she will outstrip all praise and make it halt behind her. Because you will find out soon. Once you become her owner, once you become her husband, once you are man and wife, you will find out for yourself that whatever I am saying about her is actually less. In fact, all that I am saying right now, she will be superseding that and doing even better than that. So much so that all the praise that I do of her right now will fall far behind, because she will exceed in her qualities and will go beyond all this praise and prove herself to you. Ferdinand says, I do believe it against an oracle. I fully believe what you are saying. Even if it is the voice of God telling me not to believe, I would still believe it. Of course, Ferdinand will believe, because Ferdinand is in love with Miranda, and the two of them have already taken time to understand each other, and so Ferdinand has no problem in believing it. Now, Prospero says, then as my gift and thine own acquisition, worthily purchase, take my daughter. Sit then and talk with her. So you have worthily received her as a gift from me, and so now officially I allow you to be with her. So you can now sit down with her and you can talk with her. She is thine own. She is your own completely from now on. And then Prospero turns to Ariel and calls out to him. What, Ariel? Meaning to say, hey Ariel, my industrious servant Ariel. He is calling Ariel. And Ariel enters the scene. We have already come to the next page. Ariel says, what would my potent master? Here I am. What is it that you wish for, my powerful master? Here I am at your service. And Prospero says, thou and thy meaner fellows, your last service did worthily perform. You have performed your previous task. You and your companion spirits, you have performed your task really very well, the previous one. What was the previous task? The disappearing banquet and all that happened with the king and the royal party. So that was done by Ariel and of course his other associate spirits. So Prospero is praising him for that. And then he says, and I must use you in such another trick. But now time has come that I have to use you once again. I must use you for performing one more such trick. Go, bring the rabble, meaning to say, go and bring all your spirits. Bring the crowd of spirits, all those spirits who are controlled by you, who are under you, and over whom you rule, bring them all. You require good strength of spirits to perform the next trick. Over whom I give thee power. I give you full power over those spirits, so that you can control them and make them do as you wish. Here to this place. Bring them here. Bring them to this place. Incite them to quick motion, for I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art. So insist them that they should come here at once without wasting time in quick motion, because at the moment I must put up a show for the eyes of this young couple, meaning to say Ferdinand and Miranda. So I want to entertain them, my daughter and my son-in-law, and for that purpose I need the help of you and all your associate spirits. So bring all your associates and get started at once. Some vanity of mine art. I want to show the young couple, I want to show my daughter and son-in-law some vanity, some quality of my great magical art. Okay, so the greatness of my magical art is what I want to show to my children. It is my promise and they expect it from me. So I have already made a promise to them to entertain them, and they are already expecting it from me. So I have to really do something about it. So please go and bring all the spirits here. Ariel says, presently? You want the spirits to come here at once, immediately? Prospero says, with a twink. Yes, within the twinkle of an eye. I want your spirits to be here in the blink of an eye, as quickly as possible, within the fraction of a second. Ariel says, before you can say come and go and breathe twice and cry so, each one tripping on his toe will be here with mop and mow. Do you love me, master? No. So before you can say come and go, before you can even say these words come and go, and before you can breathe a second time or say so, each and every spirit will come here running on his toe, and they will come here making faces, grimaces. They will be here within a short time. Do you love me, master? No. So you can see that Ariel speaks in terms of poetry. He is almost singing it out. You can see that the lines are rhyming with each other. So Ariel is always, he loves the praise that he gets from his master. So Ariel is always asking Prospero to praise him. So here also we see no exception, and he loves it when Prospero praises him. He feels very happy. So he's asking for his assurance. He's asking, do you love me, master? No. Do you really love me, master, or no? Prospero says, Prospero knows the nature of Ariel, so he knows how to impress Ariel and how to get his work done by Ariel. So he says, dearly, I love you very dearly, Ariel. Now come, my Ariel, bring a corollary. Now, what does it mean? Corollary means additional member. Or come now, my Ariel, go and bring the additional spirits and get started. Rather than want a spirit, appear and pertly, no tongue, all eyes be silent. So, there should be no shortage of spirits to perform this show. So, wanting a spirit rather than want a spirit, meaning to say rather than lack a spirit, there should be sufficient number of spirits with you, and they should appear and they should do everything nimbly. That means with expertise. Nimbly. Pertly means nimbly or with expertise. No tongue, all eyes be silent. So there should be no more talking. It should be all seen with the eyes, and there should be complete silence now. You go and get your spirits as quickly as possible. And as soon as Prospero finishes, like Ariel had promised, there is no wastage of time. Immediately there is soft music heard, and with the soft music, enter Iris. Iris. Now who is Iris? Now here there is a reference. The goddess, you can see here, the goddess of the rainbow. She is believed to be the messenger of the gods, especially Juno. Now I told you this is the mask of Juno, and this particular goddess, she is a lesser goddess. Actually, she is the goddess of the rainbow, and she is also the messenger of the gods, especially Juno. So Iris is the first one to appear, and Iris comes and starts calling Ceres. And who is Ceres? The goddess of agriculture and the fruits of the earth. So whatever grows on earth, Whatever we eat, the fruits and the vegetables and the crops that grow, Ceres is the goddess of that of such growths. So here Iris is calling Ceres, Ceres, most bounteous lady. Why Ceres is called bounteous lady? Because she brings bounty. She is generous. Bounty means plenty. So if she blesses, you can compare Ceres with Lakshmi. In Indian mythology, Lakshmi is the goddess of all that we eat, the rice, the paddy, for example, or any kind of food which is cultivated, it is said to be with the blessing of goddess Lakshmi. So in European mythology, Ceres is the bounteous lady. Rich thy lees of wheat, rye, barley, vetches, oats and peas. Thy turfy mountains where live nibbling sheep. So praising Ceres and saying that you are the one who makes the wheat grow, the rye grow, the barley grow, the vetches. You can see all the meanings explained alongside. Lees are meadows and vetches are plant of bean family used for fodder, used for feeding cattle. Peas refers to green peas, and you can see that you are the one who fills the entire fields with all these different crops. Thy turfy mountains, and you also make the grass grow on the slopes of the mountains. Turf refers to grass, turf covered or grassy. So where live nibbling sheep. So you provide even the sheep which graze on the grass, you provide them with the grass. So you are the one who provides food to nature. You are the one who makes the crops grow, and vegetables to grow, and the fruits to grow, and the grass to grow. And so human beings as well as animals benefit out of it. And the flat meads thatched with stover, them to keep thy banks and pined and twilled brims, which spongy April at thy hest betrims to make golden imps chaste crowns, and thy broom groves. So you see an entire description of what exactly Ceres does. So we'll be coming to this. We have finished with the first 2 pages of Act 4. We have finished with page 93 and 94. So much for today. Now you need to understand these first 2 pages, and then again we will continue with the remaining pages again in the next video. So thank you very much. I hope you have understood. In case of any problem, you can refer to the notes provided alongside, and I'll be posting more videos in this series after this. Thank you very much.